Pete and Ellie Wagner are a married couple. They are happy together, but they don't have any children. Sometimes, their relatives make fun of them for not having kids. One day, after being teased again, Pete and Ellie start thinking about having children. They are not fully serious at first, but the idea starts to grow in their minds. They begin to talk more about it and consider the option of adoption. They learn about a foster parents course and decide to sign up. In this course, people learn how to become foster parents and maybe adopt children. Two social workers, Karen and Sharon, are in charge of teaching the class. They explain the steps that couples have to follow if they want to foster or adopt kids. Pete and Ellie listen and learn about what to expect. Later, the couples in the course are taken to a fair. At this fair, children who are waiting for adoption are present. The couples get a chance to talk to the kids and see if they feel a connection with any of them. Pete and Ellie walk around the fair. They notice a group of teenagers standing together. Ellie feels unsure about adopting a teenager. She is worried that raising a teen might be too difficult. Pete and Ellie keep walking past them. One of the teenage girls sees Ellie and stops her. The girl's name is Lizzy. She tells Ellie that all the teenagers know that nobody wants to adopt teens. Her words make Ellie pause and think. Lizzy speaks in a smart and confident way. Pete and Ellie are surprised and impressed by her attitude. They become interested in knowing more about her. After the fair, Pete and Ellie talk to Karen and Sharon about Lizzy. They ask if it would be possible to foster or adopt her. Karen and Sharon explain Lizzy's background. Lizzy's mother is a drug addict. She is in jail right now. She once left a crack pipe lit, and it caused a fire that burned down their home. Because of her mother's actions, Lizzy was taken into the foster system. Karen and Sharon also tell Pete and Ellie something else. Lizzy has two younger siblings named Juan and Lita. Juan is a boy, and Lita is a little girl. If Pete and Ellie want to take in Lizzy, they would have to take Juan and Lita too. The three siblings must stay together. This news surprises Pete and Ellie. They know that caring for one child is a big responsibility, but 3 children will be a much bigger challenge. Even though they are nervous, Pete and Ellie agree to meet Juan and Lita. They go to see the children and spend some time with them. The meeting is a bit awkward. It doesn't feel very natural or comfortable. The kids don't seem excited, and Pete and Ellie don't feel an instant connection. After the visit, Pete and Ellie talk about it. They are not sure if they are ready to take care of all 3 children. They start to have second thoughts and begin to reconsider their decision. Pete and Ellie Wagner were having Thanksgiving dinner with Ellie's family. It was a big gathering, and everyone was talking and eating together. During the dinner, Pete and Ellie decided to tell the family something important. They told them that they were planning to change their minds about adopting the children they had been considering. They weren't going to go through with the decision to adopt anymore. When the rest of the family heard this, they seemed relieved. It was clear from their reactions that no one really believed that Pete and Ellie could handle adopting children. The family thought they were just not cut out for it. Ellie felt upset when she saw how the family reacted. She didn't like that everyone thought they couldn't do it. She was disappointed that they didn't have more faith in her and Pete. In that moment, Ellie made a decision. She told Pete that they were going to follow through with their plans to adopt the kids. She wanted to prove to everyone that they could be good parents. She was determined not to let the doubt from her family stop her. After that, Lizzy, Juan, and Lita began to live with Pete and Ellie. At first, everything seemed to go okay. It was a little chaotic, but Pete and Ellie thought they could handle it. They were trying to make it work and get used to their new life with the kids. But soon, things started to get more difficult. Lita, the youngest child, refused to eat anything except for potato chips. It became a big problem because she wouldn't eat anything healthy or proper. Juan, the middle child, reacted very sensitively to every little issue. If something didn't go the way he liked, he would get upset and angry. Lizzy, the oldest, didn't make things any easier. She often acted bratty and rude toward Pete and Ellie. She didn't seem to respect them, especially Ellie. Lizzy's behavior made it hard for Ellie, who felt disrespected and hurt. Pete and Ellie knew they needed help, so they started going to support groups. These groups were for other couples who were also fostering or adopting children. They met other parents who were going through the same challenges. It gave Pete and Ellie some insight into what they should do to deal with the kids. One day, Pete's mother, Sandy, came to visit. She wanted to meet the kids and spend some time with them. Sandy immediately got along with the kids. She had a way of winning them over, and it didn't take long before they warmed up to her. Sandy treated the whole family to a trip to Six Flags, the amusement park. The kids were excited and had a lot of fun. Sandy's kindness and generosity made the kids feel good, and it helped them bond with her. While they were at Six Flags, Lizzy decided to run off. She left with 2 friends from school without telling anyone where she was going. This upset Pete and Ellie, who were already dealing with so many challenges. Lizzy didn't come back for a while, and they were left wondering where she had gone. When Lizzy finally returned, Pete was angry. He grounded her for running off without telling him or Ellie where she was going. It was one of many difficult moments for the family, but Pete and Ellie were determined to keep going, even if it meant facing more tough times ahead. Even though Lizzy continues to act bratty and distant, things start to improve with Juan and Lita. They slowly begin to feel more comfortable with Pete and Ellie. A turning point comes when Juan accidentally drops a nail gun on his foot while playing. He gets hurt, and Pete and Ellie rush to take care of him. Lizzy watches them closely during the situation. She sees how much they care and how seriously they take Juan's injury. It surprises her. Later, when the caseworker comes for a visit and starts asking about the accident, Lizzy speaks up. She says it was her fault. She adds, "This is the stuff they move foster homes for," showing that she is afraid of being taken away from Pete and Ellie. By taking the blame, she shows that she wants to stay with the Wagners. It's the first time she openly shows that she might care about staying. One day, Lita's doll breaks, and Pete takes the time to fix it. When he's done, Lita calls him Daddy for the first time. It's a sweet moment, and it touches Pete deeply. Another night, Juan wakes up from a nightmare. Ellie comforts him and helps him calm down. After she puts him back to bed, he says, "Good night, Mommy." These small moments give Pete and Ellie hope. It feels like the kids are starting to see them as real parents. Soon after, Lizzy begins joining in on family activities with everyone else. She doesn't fight or resist as much. Pete even brings her to one of the houses he's fixing up. He lets her break things to help her let out some of her frustration and anger. It turns into a healthy outlet for her. Things seem to be getting better. But then, Pete and Ellie learn something upsetting. They find out that Lizzy, Juan, and Lita's biological mother, Carla, has been out of prison for a few months. Now, she wants to see the children. Pete and Ellie are shaken by this news. They talk about their feelings at the support group. They say how much they've come to care about the kids and how afraid they are of losing them. But Karen and Sharon, the social workers, remind them that the main goal of the system is to reunite kids with their birth parents when possible. They explain that if Carla shows that she's able to take care of her children again, the kids may be sent back to her. The kids begin having supervised meetings with Carla. After these meetings start, things in the Wagner household begin to fall apart. The children become more difficult to handle. They act out more often, and they're more emotional and hard to manage. Pete and Ellie begin to feel frustrated, tired, and even hopeless. It feels like everything they worked so hard for is falling apart. In their confusion, Pete and Ellie decide to visit the Fernandez family. They remember them from the foster training class. The Fernandezes had adopted a teenage girl named Brenda. Pete and Ellie hope they might have advice for how to reach Lizzy. When they arrive, they learn that Brenda is back in rehab. It's upsetting news. Still, Mrs. Fernandez takes time to speak with them. She tells Pete and Ellie that building a real bond with foster children takes time. It's not easy. The kids come with hurt, fear, and mistrust. It's a long process, but it can be worth it. Her words give Pete and Ellie something to think about. One day, Pete and Ellie are shocked to discover something very troubling. They catch Lizzy taking naked pictures of herself to send to a boy from school named Jacob. Even worse, Jacob had already sent her a naked photo of himself. Pete and Ellie are horrified. They don't know what to do, but they know this is serious. The next day, when they take the kids to school, they are furious and want to confront Jacob. They see a student they believe is Jacob and immediately confront him. His name is Charlie, but Pete and Ellie mistakenly think he's the one texting Lizzy. It turns out they are wrong. Jacob isn't a student, he's actually the 22-year-old janitor who works at the school. When they realize who Jacob really is, they run after him and chase him through the school. In their anger, they attack him. The police are called, and Jacob is arrested for sending inappropriate pictures to a minor. However, Pete and Ellie are also arrested for assault. During the chaos, Juan and Lita are left alone in the car, and Lizzy is completely humiliated by what happened. After being released, Pete and Ellie return home. Pete's mother, Sandy, talks to them. She tells them something very important. They need to tell Lizzy that they love her. Sandy explains that Lizzy doesn't believe she is loved, and that's why she's acting out. She reminds them how important it is for Lizzy to feel wanted and accepted. Soon after, the family gathers in court for an important hearing. The judge will decide if Lizzy, Juan, and Lita will go back to their birth mother Carla or stay with Pete and Ellie. The judge starts the hearing by reading a statement that Lizzy had written. In her letter, Lizzy lists all the things Pete and Ellie have done for her and her siblings. The judge is moved by the letter. Ellie wants to read a new statement too, but the judge doesn't allow her to speak. Then Carla is given the legal right to take the kids back. The decision leaves Pete and Ellie heartbroken. At home, they start packing the kids' belongings. Juan and Lita are very upset and don't want to leave. Lizzy, however, says she is ready. It seems like she's putting up a strong front, but deep down, she's scared and confused. As the family prepares to say goodbye, the doorbell rings. Karen and Sharon arrive with news. Carla didn't come to pick up the kids that morning. They believe she has started using drugs again. She has disappeared. When Lizzy hears this, she is crushed. She runs away from the house, overwhelmed with sadness and betrayal. Pete and Ellie immediately run after her. They search for her and finally find her. They catch up and talk to her. They tell her how much they love her. They tell her they are not giving up on her and that she is part of their family. Lizzy breaks down and finally opens up. The three of them hug and cry. They are together again, and this time it feels real. 4 months later, the entire family returns to court. This time, it is for a happy reason. The judge finalizes the adoption. Lizzy, Juan, and Lita are now officially Pete and Ellie's children. The family is complete. Despite all the struggles and hard moments, they stayed together, and now, they truly are a family. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.